This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations. Whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hi, everybody. How are you? How's your morning going? Welcome to the show. I'm Retro Nerd Girl, broadcasting live from the International Science Fiction Space Station. And this is going to be a fun show for me. I hope it is going to be one for you, because I think I found a movie that I like. We'll see. Yeah, I'm in really good spirits this morning. But of course, the allergies are crazy, and that's because where I am, the weather doesn't know what it wants to do. And so today it's going to be a warm winter day. So, yeah, it's like almost 40 degrees. It's so wild. All right, let's look at the comments really quick. Got Unicorn Rampant Studio in the house. Says, good morning, happy Winter's Day. It sure is. Yeah. Uh, it's a little warmer than normal for us right now, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It says nearly winter. Yeah, I think it's officially winter in a few days. So yeah, we're almost to that official period. And Unicorn says, finally, just now realizing how short the intro is. Isn't it really short? I don't know if I like it. Let me know. Let me know what you think about it. I think for the new year, I want to do some new things, and I don't know. I'm not really loving the short intro, but it's a lot snappier. It can get right into the content with it like this. But I don't know. I kind of like the adventure of seeing all of those different scapes before we get to settle into the conversation. And Unicorn says, no complaints. It was fine before, and it's fine now, except I'm dancing at the wrong parts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was my, I was like, "Ding," I might bring it back, at least half of it or something to that effect. We'll see what I do, because I really miss it. So, oh, Keith E says, I can hear you. Wonderful, wonderful. How are you, Keithy? Thank you so much. Yes. And Cool Gamer is here, says hello. Hi, Cool Gamer. And Keithy says, I'm in the middle of a small crisis. We'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. Yes. And Unicorn says good luck, and I say good luck as well. All right, this is a very snappy, quick morning. We'll get right into the thing that I wanted to talk about right away. And good morning, everybody. Candy Cane Lane is a new movie that is on Netflix. No, it's not Netflix. I want to say Netflix, but it is on Amazon Prime. So it's a brand new movie on Amazon Prime, and it stars Eddie Murphy. Actually, let me call it all up on my other screen here. Candy Cane Lane, 2003, PG rated, an hour and 57 minutes. Now, it's got a PG rating, but there's a couple of grown-up jokes in this movie. So it probably will fly over the heads of any small children. They won't know what's going on. Oh, ones that are a little bit older will know. But it is acceptable. If you are okay with a little cursing, there is like a couple of time places where there's some mild curse words. They never say any of the heavy duty ones, as if. But there's a difference. But yeah, there's a few ones that you could probably tolerate, and then there's it's the big the big grouping of like maybe three or four curse words that you're like you'd probably say, oh, absolutely not. So yeah, so there's a little bit of foul language in there for those people who are sticklers. I thought it was passable and doable. Like if I had kids, I probably would be cool with anything on here. Um, let's talk about the cast really. Like first, we've got Eddie Murphy playing the character Chris Carver. We've got Tracy Ellis Ross playing his wife Carol Carver. We have Janaea Walton playing Joy Carver. We have Madison Thomas playing Holly Carver. And we have Thaddeus J. Mixon playing Nick Carter. A really cool group of for the family. Everybody's really, their acting ability is really pretty good. Pretty good. I really enjoyed every single character in this family. Not one person was um, every once in a while you get like an annoying sibling in a family. Usually when they put all the siblings together, they find one sibling that's really, really annoying. Not one here. All these kids are pretty good. They're good kids. And I ended up liking them so very much by the end. We get a couple of other people of noteworthy in the story. They're really quite good. Nick Offerman plays the character of Pip, which we'll show you pictures later. We've got Chris Reed, who used to be on SNL. I'm not sure if he still is, but I don't think he still is. But he was actually surprisingly funny. He plays lamplighter Gary. He plays one of the figurines that come to life. We've got Robin Thede. I'm not familiar with her. She plays Cordelia, and I suppose she's a new comedian or actress, a comedic actress that's on the scene. We've got David Allen Greer showing up, and anybody else? I believe we've got somebody by the name of Danielle Pinnock, who's also one of the like newcomers, on the scene that everybody's talking about. It's really funny, and I've never seen that person before in my life, but it's really quite interesting. What happens when you only concentrate on retro stuff like I do? I hardly see any of the stuff that's going on out there in the world, so I'm really happy to learn as well. Um, and Keith E says, "I'm back." Cooper says to go to the extended opening. He loves to dance around the house. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to it because I'm missing it too much. I love the adventure of going on that ride with you guys. Uh, and Etsy Derivative Jill is here. Hello, how are you? So good to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning. And Bonzo Kilborn says, "Hey Retro, so you're saying I should watch this movie?" I will give you a caveat. I'll give you a caveat because it's not gonna work for everybody. I know I've seen quite a few reviews and some people like it and some people don't. I absolutely adored it. And maybe because I will just share this one little bit of information with you guys, and it's a person probably too much information TMI, but I absolutely adore Christmas to a ridiculous amount, very ridiculous amount, and so this movie was right up my alley when it comes to that. So it's not for everybody. I know, like, not everybody likes Christmas the way I do, and not everybody, um, it may be a bit too sweet for a lot of people or silly. But I do love a good silly movie every once in a while to make me chuckle, and just, a lot of my cares just kind of melt away as I see something really silly going on. And I do love myself some Eddie Murphy. It's not the Eddie Murphy of our younger days, when he was doing Raw and he was in, Beverly Hills Cop. This is Grandpa Eddie Murphy. Well, more like, he's a dad, he's a family man. He is a grandpa in real life. He has a young son. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it's a son, but one of his youngest kids is about 5 years old. And so he's a dad, and he is fully entrenched in that world of being a family man. And so this is Family Man Eddie Murphy. And I know he was doing quite a few movies like that, and it didn't go over so well for some of his hardcore fans. So I can see how this wouldn't be a cup of tea for some people who are expecting to get some old fashioned Eddie Murphy. But he's still funny. He's still great. He's still likable. He's he's very likable in this, and yeah, I did enjoy this movie. It goes a little bit off the rails, and I kind of like that too. So there's that. Yeah, and Keith says, "Hello, chill, and Bonzo," and anti-derivative Jill gives us a smiley face. We love smiley face emojis. Um, and he says, Jill had a great show yesterday. You should all subscribe if you haven't already. Yes, Jill has a wonderful channel. I absolutely adore it and love what you're doing over there, Jill. And if you get a chance to, definitely subscribe to her channel. Let me see if I can get you a link in the description here. That would probably help things along. Um, me a minute to find it. And yeah, Jill has many activities over on her channel, topics. She covers different science fiction, TV, and film. And it's just absolutely wonderful channel she has over there. Hold on. Why isn't it working? Ah, all right, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got the link, guys. All right, there you go. There's the link for everybody. Definitely check it out. Great channel. Um, and Bonzo Kilborn says Christmas movies are supposed to be silly and sweet. I think so too. I like mine pretty silly and sweet. I like when it comes to good Christmas movie. There are so many different types. I mean, I would love to just talk about Christmas movies for hours and hours and hours. Okay, so I'm ridiculous like that. Anything you want to talk about with Christmas, I am so there. But yeah, I do love a good, silly, sweet Christmas movie. I love the one thing is the strongest element in this movie is the family unit, the marital unit, and just promoting that factor, like just celebrating that. And I love that, and I was like, "Oh, that is really great." I love to see that. I love to see that. They make you kinda wanna have a family and wanna have, like, a great marriage like this. So this is like, because you know how you see some movies and they're like, "Why would I wanna get involved with this tragedy with everybody going," people arguing with each other and things aren't really happy. These guys make it look like fun to be in a great family unit, and so that's really cool. Keithy says, Fonzo, I used to use Siri, and she does what she wants, including changing your name. Yes, I noticed that. Everybody knows it. uh, and Bonzo says, my real name is Arthur Fonzo Relly, so that's all good. Oh, well, look at what Siri did there. Maybe she knows. And Anti-Derivative Jill says, thank you, Keith E. Girl. Love your channel too. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's so good. I do love finding channels like Jill's, when you find like another channel is kind of doing their own thing. They're doing their own thing in their own way, but also it's like super, super. I love the way that you get like super, super sciencey over there. I love, science and it's just a great channel, and great vibes too. Just wonderful conversations. Love it, love it, love it. And Keithy says Jill's channel is very lurkable. Yeah, you can lurk and you learn something. I think I learn something every single time I'm hanging out or lurking, if or to get catching the replay. A lot of times I'm not catch the replay. I try to support everybody with the replay at least. But yeah, it's really tough. Thank you so much. And Anti-Derivative, if that is silly and sweet, I'll give it a try as something to share with my kids. I seem to just always play only the classics. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, oh well, I have. Oh, I should definitely. I am doing a Christmas movie list coming soon. I'm not sure exactly what date. I mean, could try to find exactly what date it's going to be. Uh, um, I have all of these like little areas where I can find tabs, and sometimes when you're looking for what you're searching for, you can't find it. So let me see if I can find out what date it is that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do holiday music first, and because I think that's a good one to cover on a Friday. So I'm going to do holiday music on the 15th of December, and then I'm going to cover holiday movies on the 22nd. And I think I'm going to do, like, of course, the classics up front, and then at the back end we'll go through all of the like little obscure movies from Hallmark Channel, and there's quite a few of them that are so touching. Ah, they make me, I start crying and I start leaking. My eyes are leaking. Yes, really great stuff. And Keith says, when I was a kid, there was always a commercial, and a tagline was a guy screaming, "Merry Christmas." Okay. And Barry On is here. Hi, Barry On says, hi, RNG and everybody. Might watch this with my better half if you like it that much. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, I won't, I hope I don't, tell people to watch this and they don't enjoy it, but I think it's, I think it's good. And I'll go through some of the things that may be like issues and see if that's too much for you, but it does have like a great, like I said, it's a family getting together. There's, yeah, I think I like that part of it. It's the strongest element is the family coming together. And Charlie O'Brien is here. How are you, Charlie? It says, good morning, everyone. I'm stopping in for a bit. I will watch as long as I can. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And Keithy says, Jill does a great job of controlling the two guys who are on there talking. Oh, yeah, they have such great conversations. It's so good. And Keithy says, okay, back on topic. I killed your topic. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's all related. Let's see. Okay, so we've got, like I was saying, Eddie Murphy He's really solid here. If you wanna forget that he's Eddie Murphy and he's an actor, you can, but Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy, you just can't get away from him. Like, when you see him, you start to smile and you remember, like, "Hey, that's the guy I grew up seeing," and there is a fondness for him as an individual. The character he's playing is really sweet. His name is Chris Carter, I think? Let me just Yeah, his name is Chris, and he is the big thing for him is that he has not won this one contest that is happening on his street. It is the Candy Cane Lane contest in which he could win up to up to $100,000 in prizes. At first, he thinks it's $100,000. But later on in the story, they say, "Oh, yeah, it's $1,000 in prizes." That changes things, but it's not too bad. And that is kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but I won't go too deep into the spoilers because I don't wanna ruin there's a lot of surprises along the way. So one thing I like about this is that it keeps going ramping up. I will say by the last third of the film, it does get to the ridiculous, and like I said, I was there for it. So, yeah, I was definitely there for the ridiculousness of this story. Um, we have a guy, across the street from, let's see, we have a guy across the street from, uh, Chris. Um, so Chris makes all of his things out of hand from hand. He does everything with his, out of wood, and he tries to make things all of himself. So all of his decorations for this big contest is going to be like handcrafted. But across the street from him is this guy. See, he is making his stuff. His neighbor Bruce. And it is silly humor, definitely that sort of Saturday Night Live humor. Um, and he's he's got a whole bunch of um, those balloon decorations. It's out of control. It's ridiculous, and it looks beautiful. It looks incredible too. If you're a Christmas lover, you'll love it. But at the same time, there is this kind of there's a I would say a grown-up joke right in the beginning of right in the beginning of the story. But also there's this juxtaposition of like looking at handcrafted Christmas ornaments and things made with that handcraftedness against this like, oh, we're just gonna buy this from the store and blow up this thing. We're just gonna, we're gonna take the easy way out. But also it's like mass produced. So there's this kind of thing going on, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I thought for a second that they were gonna make it about that, but it's not, but it's still there. It's like they make all these little comments in this story that I was like I was catching on to and kind of dug up quite a bit. There's also one moment, um, let's see. Oh, let me just continue. I won't was yeah, so there's more of the kind of blow up Christmas ornaments and creatures that are on his lawn, and it's pretty impressive. I just thought it was really fun. Now, forgive me, guys, my allergies are out of control today. There is the weakest part of this is this particular segment, which is this has to do with the uh Jill says, "I like the dinosaurs eating presents." Yes, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Bonzo Kilmer says we should make a movie about a YouTuber who is cynical when it looks like all is lost. She remembers the meaning of Christmas. Oh, I like that. Sort of like a YouTube Christmas Carol. I like it. I like it. And the derivative Jill says, "Thank you so much. I've been practicing Kiwi." I know I need those skills. And Katie says, "You do a good job, Jill, and makes watching even more entertaining." It's so cool. And let's see. Yeah, so this is what is called the Prism Television Network, and these are the guys who are throwing this huge um, contest. Sorry about that, but yeah, they're throwing this huge contest, and it's great. I think it's a wonderful. Oh, yeah, I think it's a wonderful idea, but and it starts off really being sort of like a side piece thing that we go to every once in a while, but they kind of wear out their welcome because they focus on it too much, and this is also dragging the runtime kind of a bit. So if we could get rid of a part, it could be with these guys because it didn't really make a big difference that they were in the film, and I think they took away from the punchiness of like, let's get to the story, you know what I mean? So, as a side bit, really cute, but I think it overstayed its welcome in the story. Doesn't kill the story either, though. So that's just something I noticed, and I think it would have flowed a lot better. But of this side uh, part or the side story thing, uh, this young lady was actually quite funny. Let's see, what is her name again? Her name is Danielle Pinnock. Yeah, she was actually really funny. But like I was saying, small doses, it would be, it's like just perfect. If the character was probably the only person that was representing this 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 little cable show, and but she was funny. So whew, a lot of things happen. We get first we get poor Chris loses his job. And you would think that would be like the big deal in the story, but it's he wants to win this Candy Cane Lane contest just for the mere fact of being able to stay with his family. He says that for his motivation, he believes that this is his last Christmas with all of his family together. Like everybody in his family, he thinks is they're losing their love for Christmas. And we have let's see, wanted to go over the family again, but let me just go back to the beginning here. The family. Uh, so we have his wife, and his wife's name is Carol, and she is up for a promotion. So if she's up for a promotion, she's not going to be in the house very much. She's going to be really busy with that. She might be able to handle everything, but I think he's just thinking that there's going to be less focus of everybody in the house together. Um, there are two older kids, and Nick, the son, uh, is having trouble with math, but he really loves music. And so there's a whole feature on that. There's a lot going on in here. And so it's really kind of funny because there's a couple of lines that are really funny in the beginning that I won't ruin that for you. It's really hilarious to do with the son and him learning math. And then we've got uh, the oldest daughter, Which one is that one? The eldest daughter, I don't have her name. Let me find her name really quickly. The oldest daughter is Joy, and she wants to run track, and she also wants to go to college, but she doesn't want to go to the same college her parents want her to go to. So there's a conflict there, and just her trying is very very difficult to tell them that, hey, look, I don't want to go to this college. They keep on pushing it and sort of forcing her to go to their college, not willing to listen. So they're setting up everybody to have their own thing, but with Joy going off to college, that's really setting up Chris to say, this is it. The family is starting to break apart. So I love that. I love that, he's fearing that the nest will be empty soon. And then we have probably the sweetest little girl. Let's see, the youngest, who is kind of the pal in all of this. She is very, very much involved with everything. Where did we have her name? Oh no, I think I just got rid of it. Hold on a second. I feel so absent-minded today. Sorry about that, guys. I usually have it together a little bit more. Um, all right. Holly is her name. Oh, well, I can't believe I forgot her name. Holly. And so there's a big joke that, that you could see in most likely any of the trailers, that all of the kids are named after something Christmas, because of course the main character Chris is absolutely, he's kind of like me. He's sick and obsessed with Christmas in a weird way. And so it was very easy for me in particular to identify with his characters. I'm like, I'm with you. I love Christmas. But, it kinda drives his character to do a lot of the things that he's doing, especially for his family. So there's a lot of really cool things happening in here as far as, like, this family coming together. And Holly, is, like was saying before, is sort of the buddy cops. They're like good cop, bad cop, but they're both good cops. They're together, have this kind of dynamic together where Holly really is there for dad, and they really do a lot of things together. Oh, look, uh, Taylor Swifty is here. Taylor Swift is greater than Disney Star Wars, and MCU is here, says hello. And I've got some emojis. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got newsreel. I'm sorry, we've got film reels and popcorn and televisions. Thank you so much. I love those emojis. Yes. All right. And so, yeah, there's a lot happening here, and they find this store, right? They find this store, and it is decked out to the max. I love this Christmas store. I have always wanted to have my own Christmas store. It's like a weird, like, daydream of mine. I've done absolutely nothing to make this happen. It is a fantasy. But when I see this store, I'm like, this is how I want my Christmas store to be. It's really wild. And so, yes, it is the most incredibly decked out Christmas store ever. I love it. And it's just wonderful. It's like, yeah, somebody just Christmas exploded in there, and it's just like amazing, amazing, great work setting that up. Whoever was in charge of the set decorations for all of that and just making it look so unusual, wild, and super, super Christmassy. They put everything in there. Now, the story then starts to center around this set piece, which I absolutely adore. And it is a Christmas tree that's made out of wood planks, but and on those wood planks, those there are ornaments on there that are wood pieces, and inside it moves around, and so it flickers once it's activated, and it's almost like stop motion. Really great stuff. I love the way this tree looks and the animation for the tree and everything. Guys, give me like 2 seconds. Woo! All right. Yeah, this tree is insane. It's wonderful. I when I saw it activated, it's just like, what is this? I need this in my life. And basically, what this tree is basically modeled after the 12 Days of Christmas. And I think that this movie could have easily been called The 12 Days of Christmas because they use a lot of the motifs from that song into the storyline. And which I absolutely adore the creativity there. It's not like the entire idea for this is not totally 100% unique, but there you can see where they're trying to change things up for like a typical story you would have probably seen on Lifetime or on Hallmark, and they try to juice it up a little bit. And so this is one of the things I thought, wow, this really kind of gives you an extra little umph having this tree. And even though it's sort of like a MacGuffin with lots of little other MacGuffins, it's like it definitely um, gets you to sort of, I don't know, it is a focus point of a lot of the action that happens later on and part of the adventure. So I dug that so much, that tree. I want one. It's a magical tree. Now this is all inside of a Christmas store that's run by this person by the name of Pepper. And Pepper is a former elf that is out to get any naughty people. So her standards, though, are super, super high. So if you're a person with a small flaw, she will take advantage of it and she'll have you sign a contract in which you may end up being one of her ornaments. And it is really, terrifying at the same time, a lot of fun the way it's positioned, in the story. So, like I said, oh, there's that tree again. Oh, well, I love it. When they have it all activated, it's like it kinda reminds you of, like, an old-timey, like, early 1920s, like silent movie kind of thing, but it's all colorful, it's all beautiful and uh, captivating, very captivating. So whoever was in charge of the art direction to make that work, I have to like give them a round of applause because it looks really great. And this is the entire tree set up in front of his house. How beautiful it looks! It's really quite unique and pretty. That's not without the lights and everything, because there's also lights, and once it starts moving, it's like a whole 'nother thing. Um, and Bonzo Kilborn, says, "Retro in chat, have a great day, gotta fly away." Oh. Well, you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us this morning. So good to see you. And, yeah, one of the things that are in this, story that makes it unique is that we have these characters that are figurines, um, in the shop. So there's like a little town, which you guys know I already told you how much I love miniatures. Okay, I love miniatures, and they have these little figurines in there, and they move and they talk. So I mean, look, this is a movie that is totally made for me. This is like they made this for me. So yeah, this is one of the other things that I thought was very interesting and unique. The characters that do the voice, I told you, one was Nick Offerman. The other um, is Chris Red, or is it Reed or Red? Chris Red and Robin Thede, and they were fantastic in it. They absolutely every time they were on screen, it was really wonderful. These are um, comedians or comedic actors that I have not really had a lot of experience with any of them, so it was kind of a lot of fun for me to experience them for the first time, and they were pretty good. Now there were a couple of jokes that made, like I said, were a little bit grown up, and there's, I guess that's going to be in everything, but um, I think it just flies over your head if like there were actually like you'd have to know a little bit more about the world to like get some of those jokes, and I'm not sure if kids know that much, and this is who they are in real life in the same position that they're in, so it's really interesting that they put them like that. So those are the figurines. Now there are some more figurines. There are the carolers, which are played by the Pentatonics guys who do a lot of they do a lot of a cappella singing, and they're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Um, so I did enjoy all of this, the way they were used in there, and they were just fantastic. I thought they figured out how to make it work, and it does. And with all the stuff that I've told you already about this story, that's about enough. But there's a lot more, and so I think that maybe the issue with this was is that's pressing upon the length of this is that it goes on for maybe a little too long, and there may be too many spinning plates going on in the story. I enjoyed it, as I mentioned before, but there are a lot of spinning plates and things going on in the story. One thing that I also did love is the connection that these two um, married people have in their relationship is quite strong and admirable. I was like, wow, this is really taking a better turn than you would normally see in the story. In many of the stories, it's like you have a wife or husband dealing with what they're doing separately, and then they come back to the family and everything's hunky dory. In this one, we really have um, these guys are really in this whole thing together. They really feel like a cohesive team and real partners working together. And even the kids are involved. They want to be a part of it. They want to help. They're not like they don't have attitudes. They're not, constantly calling their parents old, and they're actually good kids, and they listen, and they try to help. I just love that positive kind of interaction. They do have fights and arguments though in the story. Everybody has a challenge, as I was trying to explain before about all the different people with the different things that are going on in their lives, what they want to accomplish, their motivations. But at the same time, they're they may be fighting again with each other, and not agreeing 100%, but they are a team. They are a team, and it's just wonderful to see them work together to accomplish many goals, and uh, just right down to the wire. And yes, so here is Pepper. She is just incredible. This actress is so hilarious. She's playing a over the top character, a really over the top. It could have gotten really scary. I think it could have gotten to the point where, we're talking about evil witch kind of status where she could have really gone to the dark side with this. But I think she plays it just right, that you don't get that, that kind of flavor with her. But I kind of wanted her to get a little bit more outrageous, and when she does, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So she's her part's really great. The lady who is playing her part is Jillian Bell, and yeah, I've seen her in many many movies, and she's just a she's just really great. I love her style of entertaining, or entertainment, the way she portrays many of the characters, and she seems to get locked into the same kind of roles very often. But in this case, it was appropriate, very very appropriate. Look at her, she's out of control. Yeah, she just is. I love fun characters like this that play it over the top. It just makes all of this. You don't take it too seriously, but what she does in the film, really, that the stakes are really high. The stakes are really high. So, yeah. Let's see. And David Allen Greer is in it. And he's great. He's not in it for very long, but it's great to see him in it. And it's kind of great just to see all of them come together at the end. And so uh, I didn't want to ruin any of the big surprises in the story for you. So I didn't get into complete detail and rundown of everything. I just wanted to do a light telling, because it seems to be something that some people are enjoying, and some people are like, it's not bad. I haven't heard anybody really trash it, so that's a good thing. There are like maybe one or two race jokes in it, because you know Eddie Murphy in the 80s, I think he would always have race jokes. So there's a few race jokes in there, but it's not really that bad. I don't think it's really something to stop everything about. But and I don't know, some people may feel uncomfortable about them. I didn't have a problem with them. And my rating is 8.5. I think it could have been enhanced with uh, editing out a few characters and a few moments that may have gone on a little bit too long, but it was very enjoyable to me. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was lighthearted. I needed a chuckle, and if you love Christmas, boy, is there lots of Christmas in this movie. And it could easily become part of the classics. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot in there that uh, I'm saying over time, it could become a classic, because it definitely has some really good parts that definitely, if you watch it, you're doing some rewatching of it, it could be feel even more enhanced. So I think this is one of those ones we'll see in years to come. Definitely, people mention it here and there. Could make the classic flicks eventually. All right, guys, we've come to the part where we talk about the box office. Yay! And Keith E says, I love the spinning plates reference. I use that all the time. Yeah, Yeah, there's a lot of spinning plates in that story, unfortunately, that it may be a smidge too long, but I think it I think it's a good story. I had fun with it, and I think, like I said before, it could be a classic one day, um, because I rewatched it just to make sure that I really did enjoy it as much as I did, and it was definitely one that uh, I definitely felt the same good feelings afterwards, so for sure. And he says, so the name of the music movie is Candy Lane. That's right. Okay. The name. So the name of the music movie. I'm not sure what Siri is asking, but the name of the movie is Candy Cane Lane. Now, there are lots of Lane movies out there, but this one is specifically the one from Amazon Prime. It's uh, an MGM movie, so and that's owned by Amazon now. So that's that. Also, um, and I like I was saying before, it could have been called the 12 Days of Christmas because of they use it as a story um, plot piece throughout the entire story. So that could have been they could have totally used that name as well. Um, so yeah, that sums that up. And the box office, guys, man, the box office is so wild. It really is. Let's see. I'm gonna blow this up on my end so I could see it better. So, number one right now is Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, and this is not a surprise. Everybody knew that once this movie was going to hit the theaters, that it was going to do well. And I think it's a good idea for singers, artists, bands to actually do these kinds of movies, these kind of creative endeavors to fill up the theaters because uh, obviously there is a need and a desire for it. And I'm not good at going to concerts. I don't think that's like my cup of tea, but I wouldn't mind going to a theater to see a movie by a band. Let's say like somebody like Kiss, they came out with avatars of themselves. They're going to be doing all sorts of really interesting things in the future, which I'm excited for. But um, this is really cool. Like I think there should be more movies for sure by artists because I think this will be great for theaters. Theaters will have something to offer the public besides just regular movies. Movies can still have a big place within the theaters, but the next year or so it's going to be a little slow. So this is great. I think this is great. Now, the second one up is Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Uh, now, I haven't heard really anything bad about Hunger Games. I think most people are saying, giving this good reviews, that it's a decent movie. No, no, I haven't seen any like overpraise for this, but it is definitely um, holding on to a decent spot on the top of this list. So, I unfortunately, Beyonce's film just knocked it off the number one, but it was expected. No, Godzilla minus one is number three, and this is fantastic because I always like rooting for the underdog, and this particular movie, although it's been getting a lot of praise. People are just giving it its flowers, really, for being really an outstanding film, outstanding foreign film. outstanding Godzilla film. I think that this is pretty good. I'm really excited to see what happens there. I want to see this movie as soon as it's available on streaming. It's not playing around where I am, so I have to wait, but it looks fantastic. So far, I love how people are super excited about this, so this is great. Trolls Band Together. Now, this has been on the top list, and I have heard absolutely nothing about this movie as far as if it's no one's no one in my vicinity has seen it or has responded to it. And so um I it's number 4. It's holding on. So it must be decent. Some kids must be, you know, parents must be taking their kids to see it because it's been on the top 10 and it's been holding on for what, 3 weeks now. That's pretty good. We've got Wish as at number 5. Wish, unfortunately, I think it has a problem of just being a Disney film. That's I think people it's just unbelievable because from what I've been hearing from about the film, a lot of people say it's a decent film. No biggie. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing, but they feel like it's generic, and that's a problem for Disney because this is we're we're used to seeing or we're expecting from Disney, one of the richest companies, to give us the best, to be innovative, to be incredible. What we're getting here is a lesson about what happens when you have a lot of money. Because the bigger you get, the more you're trying to create products that fit into the success formula. And when we have products that fit into a success formula, people get bored and they want new stuff. They want brand new ideas. They want brand new stuff. That's what the audience wants. Something exciting that is going to break the rules. That's what we're looking for. Like a movie like Barbie broke the rules, right? It was not something anybody expected. That's Wish is a safe, and I think that's why people are rejecting it. I think that's my theory. Just my theory. I could be wrong about that, but that's my theory. Napoleon. Napoleon is down to number 6, which I'm really surprised. But yeah, it is down to number 6. Another movie that people expected to go one way, and it was actually not as great as they wanted it to be, and that's across the board. A lot of people are saying just that. Animal is number 7, and that's actually pretty surprising for a lot of people. This is a foreign film, and it's doing quite well. We also have The Shift, which I have not heard anything about. I've not heard anything about The Shift. That's number 8. Number 9, Silent Night, which this is its first week. I've heard that it's not very good, but I haven't seen it. It might be good, but a lot of people aren't loving it. So it was an opportunity for Lionsgate to really do something interesting. It is an action adventure. Well, no, not action adventure. Action thriller, revenge story, and it's not. It just doesn't. It's not hitting those notes. And we've got Thanksgiving, which I know very little about. I know that it's a horror movie, which is something I would probably not be interested in. But it's hanging in there. It's hanging in there. Week 3 at number 10. And we've got at number 11, The Marvels. That's really wild. In its fourth week, it's already out of the top 10. Wow. No words for that. Just no words. Which is another movie which some people said they really enjoyed, and some people said that it's the worst thing ever, and the worst Marvel movie they've ever seen. And so it, it's really wild. Uh, but it's down to 11. I'm just sort of flabbergasted. And then Dream Scenario is down at number 12, and that's actually an interesting movie that I kind of want to see. It's kind of spooky in a way because we've got Nicholas Cage playing a guy who shows up in everybody's dreams, and sometimes it can be very freaky and weird. So that's something that would give me nightmares for sure. So I'm not sure if I want to see that one, but let me know if anybody has seen that movie. I've heard that it's good, but I don't know much else. And Keithy says, Candy Cane Lane, Amazon Prime. Okay, yes. And Godzilla cost 15 million to make. Hollywood's upset. They should be upset because it's a shame. And don't go hiring this guy for stuff and throwing money at him, and then snatching the movie away from him, and then doing your own thing. They do this all the time. They hire these really great directors, and then they end up policing them the whole time they're making movies, and just suffocating all of the creativity out of them. And then also too, there's something about having a budget that makes you really um, fight for what you're doing. Like every penny counts. Every single penny counts. So if you have $200 million for something, you're like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and let's get the best of the best. Is it really the best though? I think sometimes uh, you need a challenge, and sometimes the budget being low like that is its superpower, if I may say so. Oh, let's get to the headlines, guys. This is the last leg of the morning. Let's see. I'm gonna make this bigger for me. Uh, Give me one moment. All right. Sorry for the breaks, guys. Allergies are like what's the temperature now? It's 38 degrees. That's kind of wild. It's usually much colder. All right. Kevin Feige has announced that there's Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be returning as Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, according to Kevin Feige. In a recent Vanity Fair cover story, the president of Marvel Studios addressed whether or not they would resurrect Iron Man Tony Stark after his death in Avengers Endgame. Um, we are going to keep that moment and not touch that moment again, Feige said of Stark's final moments in the 2019 film. We all worked very hard for many years to get that, and we would never want to magically undo it in any way. Variety. And we got that story from Variety. And look, this is great. We have some integrity here. We're not going to undo that. That's great. Uh, Also, look, Robert Downey Jr. can come back in any form in the MCU through other means, because they've already established that there's a multiverse and he could be in that multiverse. And I I don't think that it's a big deal for him to come back or not to come back, or if they wanna totally be done with his character, that's I think it's fine. I think it will survive without him. Um, but I think the problem, you know, is that we keep going. A lot of people were saying that they wanted him to come back for some reason, and and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. He died, and so yeah, he should not return in in the form he was. But if you wanted to do a an Elseworld or some other character from another universe, or a Tony Stark from a different universe, fine. But I think to bring the same character back would be terrible. So yeah, I think that's where he's coming from. But I think fans are just talking about bringing him back anyway, like, bring him any which way you can. And, I don't know, this might not be the thing that, the MCU wants right now, because that would be a they would have to put a lot of money into getting him back. I think Robert Downey Jr. may be nominated for something, because his performance in Oppenheimer was outstanding. He may be up for an Oscar, or any one of the prestigious awards that are given out for outstanding acting. He really did a great job, and so I would expect for him to be on somebody's list. So yeah, this is really, uh, you don't want to mess with that for Robert, uh, having to go back to the MCU at this point, when he could be up for an Oscar and moving away from, this kind of content. I like superhero content. I think it's great, but it's not that great for your career as far as eh, dramatic movies are concerned. Those auteur movies, those dramatic movies. It's a little stuffy. You know what I mean? It's really fun. It shouldn't matter, but I think in the world of Hollywood and, the upper crust, if you will, of acting, um, and people that are taken seriously as actors, well, those are people who are probably not gonna be in every superhero movie, you know? So, just saying. They they may not he may not wanna go back to superhero movies unless he gets a huge payout, is what I'm saying. And Katie says, I just downloaded Candy Cane Lane and they say it's number one on the United States on Amazon Prime. Yeah, it should be. It's really good. I watched it twice already and I really want to watch it again. It's really fun. And yeah, there like I said, there's a few jokes that may be a little bit inappropriate, and there's also a couple of and I call them black jokes because they're referring to black people in particular. But I thought they weren't harmless, and I don't think um they meant any. They were. I think they're cool. I think they're fine. And so, yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it a lot. I wanna see it again. And Keith E says that they also said that they don't have to spend the money on marketing that other people spend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. That's true. They don't have to spend a whole lot of money on marketing. And also says, remember to hit that like button. Yeah. Do yes, thank you for reminding me, Keith E. Yes, everyone, please do hit the like button. It helps out the channel. And the next story is Patrick Stewart. Uh, Patrick Stewart is very interesting as he's gotten older. He's He's just become sort of a character. Uh, Patrick Stewart comments on the possibility of Charles Xavier return in Avengers: Secret Wars. Stewart previously debuted in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a Professor X variant from Earth 838 in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And this was something I got from Screen Rant. Sorry, I spelled it wrong. And Talk. And so this was from a an interview they did with Patrick Stewart on Talk. That he just teased it that he might be coming to either Secret Wars or Deadpool 3. So these are all like rumors. They don't have any like real proof. And, sometimes actors do, pull this kind of stuff where they're like, yeah, I might be in this movie, but they don't really know. So who knows? We will soon find out what really is going on. But he really likes that character of Professor Xavier, and so yeah, he'll most likely be in anything they ask him to be in, providing they pay him sufficiently, I'm sure. We've got some more Star Wars news here. That Andor season 2 was expected to be released in August 2024. However, some say that the season may be delayed until 2025. Because we were supposed to be getting a trailer and we haven't yet, so or a teaser or something, and so this is not something that they're projecting we're actually going to get next year. I don't see why it can't be next year, but I think they're finished filming, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. We'll see. And Charlie O'Brien says, I think Xavier also died on screen, but Patrick Stewart is not known for turning down a check. Yeah. Yeah. It is true. It is true. Um, yes, his character died on screen. And I think if they were going to use him for a different universe, that's probably what they'll probably be doing, is using him for a different universe. That's why I was saying um, Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU, but as a different, like as a variant character, is absolutely possible. But if it is about money, possibly that's why they use the word no. That he's not going to come back as the Tony Stark that we knew from the movies, that he would be a variant if he did come back, and I'm not sure if they can even afford him at this point. That's the part that's really kind of sad about him. And then there's also another Star Wars piece of news here. Star Wars Skeleton Crew featuring Jude Law as a mysterious Jedi has been pushed back to 2024, leading to the intense speculation about what's going on behind the scenes. And I want to talk about that. The show was initially announced for a 2023 release in November or December. However, the trailer still hasn't been released. Reshoots and changes in plans due to Lucasfilm recent pivots are seen as the most likely explanations. The future of the show remains unclear. And it also may be that these guys are thinking that their roster for 2024 is going to be kind of empty because of the strikes, right? And we had all those months of striking for both writers and actors, and it's really hard to turn over things pretty quickly. So I think for 2024, they're just they're delaying the inevitable. Like Dune was pushed back, and a couple other shows and TV spots and movies were pushed back to 2024. I think that's what they're doing here, is they're just buying some time to fill in the space. because this should actually be done already, unless they have decided. Here's the other thing: they could be doing those research shoots, like they were saying, based on some changes that they may have. Um, because we recently had a lot of talk about Disney trying to curtail some of its messaging in a lot of these shows and TV series and movies, and so there may be like a resculpting of the storyline based on, maybe there was something in there that was had too much of a message in it, and so maybe they're trying to work that out. They did say that they were making changes going forward to not put so much messaging in their content. So that could be a possibility. I think that everything is on the table. There are many reasons why these things happen, but I love learning about this because when things happen, we're getting more savvy about how the business works and what goes on behind the scenes. Uh, and Unicorn Rampant Studio says tonight on a very special episode of Everyone's a Jedi Now. So true. Yeah. Yeah, we've come to the place in which Star Wars is basically a place where everybody can just suit up and become a Jedi. It really is that. It is definitely that. Anybody could be a Jedi. Um, it's it's not as special as it used to be, and I get it, but also the storyline is so diluted now that things like lightsabers don't actually kill people. There's no stakes. People die and they come back. So there's very little that you can say is real in this. And the MCU is facing that same problem. Just so happens it's owned by the same company. Very interesting. Very interesting. Uh, and you know what, guys? The Furiosa trailer came out this week, and it was very, very interesting. Did you guys see it? I hope you did. If you didn't, let me just see if I can find the link for it. Uh, Now, I heard that there were some people who were upset about this trailer because they were like, it's another female empowerment thing. And I did not see that at all. I was like, wait a minute, we're in the Thunderdome, right? We're in a period of place and time which it doesn't matter you how you survive as long as you survive. So I don't know. I felt like that wasn't applicable for this story, and also when the original what's it, Fury Road came out. When Fury Road came out, a lot of people really liked Furiosa, and like I couldn't stop seeing everywhere. When are we gonna get a Furiosa movie? When are we gonna get a Furiosa movie? When are we gonna get a Furiosa movie? Well, we finally have a Furiosa movie, and now there's a problem with it. And I'm like, "What? We asked for it. People were asking for a Furiosa movie." So that blows my mind very much. So just for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, here is the trailer. And Unicorn Rampant Studios says it's the Star Wars superhero universe. Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. And definitely is watered down quite a bit, quite a bit. Um, and yeah, so yeah, I thought it was very unique. I loved the way it looked, the coloring, all of the um, there just is like something going on with the style of this that I'm really loving. It's pure fantasy. It's pure fantasy. Um, Now, a lot of people were complaining about the special effects or that it looked like it was done in a studio, and I thought it didn't. Maybe I just can't tell, but if that's the case, it definitely like when I saw pictures comparing the two, that like the original Fury Road and what was shown in this trailer, I was like, yeah, there is a difference. There is a definitely difference. But it was kind of nice to see. I just want to see a fantasy movie and have some fun, right? And Chris Hemsworth is in this, and we can't even tell it's him because it looks like they could have said that this was a new actor on the scene. Okay, and I would never have known. They gave him like a little fake nose and everything, and he's playing the character of Dementus, and I thought that was really cool. And look who's here! It's Tom McCluskey. How are you? Stopped in to say hi. Says, AKA Hungry Jerk. Yes, hope you are doing well and hanging in there. And yeah. And, yeah, so I did enjoy that trailer, and I'm looking forward to seeing some things, but, I hope that the quality they can adjust some of the things that's going on there with the quality. I'm not sure exactly everything. I haven't seen the movie because who knows if there's been a change or something within the storyline, but I wanna see, uh the rest of this. So great story, great presentation for the trailer for me at least. There were some people who didn't like that. They thought it was too fantasy, and I get it, but I digging it. I'm digging it. We're also getting some theater releases, which are kind of surprising. We're getting theater releases for Soul, Turning Red, and Luca. And these are all Pixar movies that were released during the pandemic. When all that was going in the lockdowns. Well, they just had them on the streaming platforms, and they did well. But I think a lot of people wanted to see them in the big screen, and they're gonna get their chance. And now this is like a sort of a low risk kind of way to do it because they've already gotten their numbers initially from viewerships and subscriptions and stuff. This is a little extra, and this is I think it'll be great for the fans of these movies to see them on the big screen. It'll be a lot of fun, and kids are gonna enjoy it too because they're like, oh, they're gonna see these movies on in the big screen. Okay, now this is another thing that's really surprising me very, very much. Initially, when the first trailer for Wonka came out, it was terrible. I'm just gonna say that. I usually never say stuff like that, but it was not very good. It was not very good, and it was, in my opinion, very lackluster. Wasn't inviting, wasn't exciting, wasn't thrilling. I think Willy Wonka being played by Timothy Chalamet was a great idea. He looks very interesting. He's an interesting young man, and it seemed like a great fit, but it didn't feel like it was going to work. But a lot of people who have seen the movie already saying that this is good. This is actually much better than they thought it would ever be. And some people are just like, it's immediately now a classic. It's just really great. It's also a musical too. There's a lot of music in this, brand new music. So get ready for that. Anybody who doesn't like music, which is great. And a lot of new songs that we've never heard before. And yeah, people are liking it, and I think if it is as good as everybody's saying, we really need a movie like this right now. We really do. We really need a movie like this right now. So if it's inspiring, if it's hopeful, if it's uplifting, if it's if it's sentimental and sweet, let's have that. Okay, let's have that. I'm so tired of like these mean-spirited movies. It's nice to have a nice movie that has some uplifting qualities to it. So if this is truly a great movie that has some sweetness to it, I definitely want to see this. I hope I get to see it during the holidays. If not, I'll wait. But we desperately need the world needs a movie that's sweet and kind, and we need to have a little fun. So it's in theaters when December 15th. So not too long from now, maybe about 9 days. So we're hopefully we're in for a treat. Let's hope. Let's hope. And I believe, yay, we're all done. We're all done. Give me, see. All right. Sorry, I had to take a few minutes to handle the allergy. Let's see. All right. So, really quickly, just going to give you a rundown of what's up with the channel, what's happening next. All right. So, I did put out there. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna have to do this whole thing. Okay. Yes. Sorry about that. Just whew. Okay. So yeah, Monday I had a oh, okay. So I'll back it up some more. Sunday I released the brand new review, Gandhar, 1987. I hope you guys got a chance to watch it because I'm really proud of that one, and I I think Gandhar is one of those movies. It's very special, and not a whole lot of people know about it. It's not very much talked about, and it is, a relic. It is, let's put it on that museum. It belongs in a museum. Let's celebrate it just a little bit, and I wanted to give Gandhar some flowers for being such a unique and an interesting movie. And on Monday, I did do a member video. At this point in time, I think I had to pull it from the member video for something, but um, let's see. We will. It will be back soon. It will be back very soon. Oh, thank you, Unicorn. Yeah, again, her review was great. Thank you so much. Yes, I love that movie, and yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was recognized somewhere. Doesn't really get enough love or is not mentioned very much by people. And some of the comments I've seen for that movie is, I would say, misunderstood. So I just wanted to chime in and give my thoughts on that special movie. And yes, yeah, okay, so yeah, the member video, it should be coming back soon. I'll bring back that one soon. And just to let you guys know that a lot of the member videos are definitely gonna be I've been getting multiple people say this should just be released to everybody. So and it will be. Eventually all of a lot, I mean, not maybe, not sure if all of them, but a lot of them will be released to the main public. But for right now, I want them for members so they can have something special. And then later on, we can move on to doing. Um, they can go with the be put in the public, so everybody can enjoy them. But for the time being, I wanted to keep them for members, and we'll continue on. Um, and let's see, Friday, Feel Good Movies, that we remember, part 7. And this is going to be the last one for a little bit. So Feel Good Movies we remember. This is definitely going to be the last one for now. I'm going to bring it back later, but I do think that this was such a great series, and I'm gonna just complete it out now. I think Lance will join me next Friday. I'm not sure if he's gonna on the 8th. I'm not sure, but if he does, it'll be fantastic. We're just gonna um, get that last one done, and then Saturday, of course, I'll be watching Gojira 1954 watch party, and that's gonna be. I can't wait for that. I really can't. I really can't. The next thing up for the channel, let's see. I was thinking next Wednesday to look at this um, particular. I'm not sure if it's a movie or if it's a series, but it's called Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. And I think I've heard some things about it, but I haven't gotten anything totally definitive because everybody's like, "Oh, they don't want to tell me like the full like breakdown of everything." So I'm gonna have to. Actually gonna um, take that. I'm actually gonna watch it. I'm actually gonna watch it because I think it looks like it's gonna be good, and I'll report on it next Wednesday. So next Wednesday it'll be Blue Eye Samurai. That's on Netflix. If you guys want to be, definitely part of the conversation and do some homework, you can check that out and see if that's if you want to do some homework. And then definitely on next Friday, the uh, the 15th, we're going to be talking about holiday music because I do love holiday music, and we're going to go through a lot of them. I have some big plans for 2024 as well, so I can't wait. Um, Also wanted to let you guys know that there's been a change because I was planning on. I forgot the original movie I was going to do on the 16th, but I've changed it to Jingle All the Way 1996. I think that's going to be a great one to add to the list. I changed some of the titles of the things that we're watching because there's other there were a couple other channels that were doing it at the same time. I didn't want to seem like repetitive and redundant by doing them on my channel as well. So I wanted to make sure that there was a little more, little variety out there. Um, and so, and I hope you guys will join me on Lance's channel on the 17th. There is going to be a Christmas event in which Lance will have um a trivia going on, and the chat will be able to take part in it as well. So, hope to see you guys there. And I think that's all for now. I don't want to give away too many of the surprises I have coming up for you for the on the channel. So we're gonna end it right there. And Kitty says, "Where did you find the copy of the Godzilla movie for Saturday?" Um, yeah, that's a good one. There's a couple of places to go. Let me just look. Mm-mm-mm. Um, mm, yeah, because I had a link and it got re. Okay, so okay, so you can watch it on Tubi. So it's on Tubi. It's on Crackle. It's on Plex. It's on HBO Max or Max that they have now. Um, it's on Pluto TV, Sling TV as well. So yeah, there's a lot of options for you to try the different ones. So uh, Tubi might be a good one because I think Tubi only has one commercial, and could be wrong. And I'm not sure which one I'm using. I let me just let me just click on. Sorry about that. My allergies are just getting to me. Yeah, I uh, um yeah, yeah, so yeah, those are the places that I could find it. Sorry, it blanked out for a minute. And Unicorn Member says, "La la la, she can't hear you." I'm not sure where that and where that's related to. And Charlie O'Brien says, "I've never seen Jingle All the Way. That will be fun." Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really oh gosh, you've never seen Jingle All the Way. Oh, get ready for the laughs. Get ready for the laughs. It's really hilarious. You will I hope you'll enjoy it. I mean, I think most people do. Um, it's Jingle All the Way is one of those movies. Sort of reminds me. That's why I say that Candy Cane Lane might turn out to be a classic. It's one of those movies that you're like, "This is so ridiculous, it's over the top, it's insane. There's no way, this is not this is not this is not a real Christmas." And a lot of it is, fantasy again, and, like, it's fantasy stuff, but it works, and it's like, it just will have you dying laughing. And Phil Hartman is in this, and he's, of course, incredibly hilarious in this. Uh, and Unicorn says, "My comment wasn't funny because it was 2 minutes behind the stream. I'm sorry." Oh no, you're good. I think I get it. I was not. I wasn't there when the comment was written. And you did. I think, it was the slot for It's a Wonderful Life and now Jingle All the Way. Yes, you're Keith E, you're paying attention. Yes, yes, yes. It was, it's definitely, that was the spot for it. It was, uh, It's a Wonderful Life, which I wanted to do, but I also realized that if I'm gonna do It's a Wonderful Life, I'm, I rather for it to be, I want it to be special, and I know a couple other people doing it, and so I'm actually, I think, Lorena Creole is actually doing it too, and also she's doing a whole bunch of other ones. She's also doing, um, what's that one? Trading Places, which I was gonna do, but I felt like it was, I've got a different, movie for you guys for New Year's Eve, and I hope you guys will, not New Year's, but New Year's, close to New Year's, which I hope you guys will like. Um, at least everybody pretty much likes this movie. So, yeah, and, Charlie O'Brien says 96 was a busy year for me, LOL. Yeah, yeah. Me too. I didn't go see this in the movie theater, that's for sure. I didn't see Jingle All the Way in the movie theater. I saw it like maybe I want to say 5 years ago. Yeah, yeah. And I may have seen parts of it in on TV, like they were like playing like the end part of it or something. And so, yeah, I didn't really get a chance to see the whole thing until maybe about 5 years ago, and, it yeah, life was busy in 1996. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says 1996 was the year I went to Corsica and met my hundreds of cousins. That's really cool. That is pretty cool. Wow. What's it like there? That sounds really, really, really nice. Yeah, 96, um, well, gosh, if I try to think about 1996, it's a long process, but I was working at like a radio, um, I'm gonna say it's not really like a radio station, it was like a radio ad agent, radio, what'd you call it? It's like just before streaming, they had like radio station. I don't know. It wasn't a radio station, but it was a radio thingy thing, a radio thingy thing. And I was working there, and there was a lot of like really cool celebrities that used to come in there all the time. And yeah, oh, it's like a radio station network. Really interesting. And Unicorn Rampant City says it's a beautiful Mediterranean island that isn't overrun with tourists, tour, with tourists, the same way a lot of other islands are, but it's getting that way. Oh, oh, so probably in 1996 it was nice and quiet there. Oh, it sounds beautiful. Sounds wonderful. Yeah, that's making me want some Mediterranean style food. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, guys, this is, you know, I hope I explained Candy Cane Lane a little bit better for you guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna have like a little spoilers, one that I'll set up for members, and so at least somewhere there will be a full review and deep dive of what's going on, of spoilers review or something like that. And just so that way it exists. 'Cause I'm like, "I watch movies, why don't I just talk about them and post it?" So that's one thing I have to get better at, and I shall. And, oh, Corn Rampant Studio says, "I said tourist and typed it out, it just still changed it to tourist." Yeah, I know. But I figured it out. I totally I was like, "Taurus, we get any astrology involved here?" Yeah, I figured it out. And still had, and Unicorn says, "Still had 1 lane gravel roads through the mountains in 1996." Oh, that's really nice. Gravel roads, wow. And, Keith E says, "Hurry up and get the 7,000 subscribers so we can go to 10,000." Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, I'm really close, guys, to 7,000 subscribers. Let's see, how many it is now. I usually don't, like, make a big deal about these things, so really modest about that, um, because it's usually, I find that it just usually happens, uh it usually just does, but, wow, I had no idea it was that close. 6,969 subscribers. Wow, wow, wow. That's incredible. That is really that's wow. Yeah, so we're really close to 7,000. That's pretty wild. I am, uh, really excited about that. But, definitely, guys, I wouldn't have the I would it's all due to you guys. You guys are fantastic. Your support is just incredible. So, I might start leaking. I've had one of the best years ever since I started doing live streams. It's like almost 12 months later and I'm still enjoying it. So, I have a couple of hiccups here and there and, um, definitely loving this. It's really great. Uh, so and Charlie Ryan says, 9669 is my mark of success. Ooh, interesting. That's a great number. That is a great number. That is a great number. Yeah, I got 2 nines and 2 sixes. Weird. Oh, you meant that. Yeah, yeah, that's 2 nines and 2 sixes. That's a great, yeah, I should consider myself lucky. Uh, that's, it doesn't come every day. You don't see that number combination. And, Botanical Brother says, "Greetings, RNG Queen, dreamy eyes and all." Oh, that's really sweet. Yes, it's a queen of outer space. I'm here, everybody. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that we're having some fun here. I'm just really excited about what's to come, making plans for 2024, and I don't know how it's working. I don't know why things are falling into place, but they really do feel like they are. So I'm really excited about that. Um, and Charlie O'Brien says, "Either way, you'll get to into higher numbers in time because your channel is very enjoyable and fun." Thank you, Charlie. I really appreciate that. Stop it! Really appreciate that. That's really sweet. Yeah, I think it's gonna come eventually. I don't really make a big fuss about it because it took a long time, but I think there was like it took me like a year to get like 100 subscribers in the beginning, and I see like everybody's get like nowadays it's so easy for a lot of people to gain subscribers, and I'm so happy that it didn't stay as crazy as it was for me in the beginning. So, um, yeah, and I also felt like during the time I started, I couldn't really make a lot of content really fast. And so I did like things were really, really slow. It was really slow to get a lot of content. So it's I'm just happy uh, that that looks like I'm doing a lot more, and I hope it continue to like be progressive and like do make more reviews. That's the thing that I really wanna do the most. It's like, if I could get faster at making reviews, that would be great. I don't wanna get faster at them and have them all suck, though. I really want them to be thoughtful and interesting. So, that's just, what something that is on my mind. Thank you for listening to me, like, be all weird and everything, and thanks for supporting me and also like giving me a lot of oh gosh, I'm gonna get teary-eyed, but giving me a lot of time of your time, spending time with me. That really means a lot to me, and it's like I'm getting some sort of reward. Botanical Brother says a psychic told me that we may experience a temporary world power blackout in 2024. So everyone stock up on canned foods and survivalist stuff. Okay. Um, and Keith E says no shot quality always wins. No schlock quality always wins. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Quality is always like very important. I think for me, I think uh, there's one thing I'm really hoping that I can do, which is always bring something worth of quality in the reviews that I do, especially in the discussions we have. I want them to be academic but fun and interesting, and I don't want it to be like uh, I don't want it to be angry or complaining or any of that stuff. I want it to be productive and insightful and interesting. And I love the idea of like when I started the channel, of it being a channel where I was like, okay, well, let's find something that I love, that I really, really love, and talk about that. And how it's like sometimes I watch those videos and I'm like, "Yeah!" I'm like right back at the moment where I wrote them, and it just uh, that's what I want, to always feel when I listen to my reviews or when people watch my reviews. I hope they're getting that energy and uplift that from that, and hopefully even learn something. And hopefully, I'll have something new to offer the conversation too. And Unicorn Rabbit Studio says, "You don't want it to be a bunch of racists for themselves and getting upset that nobody is their best friend anymore." And, wow. um, well, kind of. I mean, I look, whatever anybody wants to be, you could do whatever you want, but I really would like for it to be yeah, positive and like trying to create like conversations where people can like get to some of the good stuff, right? The good stuff, like why do we enjoy like certain types of movies? Like even like a movie like Candy Cane Lane, where it's a simple movie. There's nothing special about it as far as like, oh, this is a brand new idea. it's an old idea that they took and they did some creatively new things with, and they it's definitely a lot to admire, but also too, like, I don't want to always go into every single thing that is out there with anger and frustration and break everything down to its most critical level, because we can find fault in flowers. We can find fault in the sun. We and everything. We can find fault in this world, but what if we decided not to um, focus on that and focus on the good stuff, like the good stuff? Like, what if we remembered like not only the good stuff, but what if we remembered the good stuff more? Like, how would we feel, and how would that make us? How would that affect our health, and how would that affect our mind, our sanity? Will we sleep better? Maybe. I don't know. And Botanical Brother says, what's unique about RNG is that she actually reads the chat text of her subscribers. RNG, that's so sweet. RNG, you're a great podcaster and beautiful soul. Thank you. That is so nice of you. That is really sweet. Thank you. And Jelly O'Brien says, your content is always informative and upbeat. Plus, we like the giggles. I'm a chuckler myself. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I do laugh a lot, and it's gotten me in trouble, definitely. But I try to laugh appropriately, but sometimes I do laugh inappropriately. But um, I do. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's really sweet. Kitty says, a second emotion on the floor. That's so sweet. And Unicorn says, it's hard for people to be open and easy without overstepping. Yeah, it is. It really is. And Kitty says, it's going to be a very negative, it's going to be a very negative review. Skip it and move on and find something nice. Yes, I mean, there's been a few times where I've looked at a movie, um, and you guys know I'm very honest, right? So, um, like Ahsoka was very difficult because there were so many problems with that, but I also enjoyed it for being silly. I'm not sure they wanted that was a great thing, but I thought it was the parts that were really, really, out there. I enjoyed that, but it was also a problem. It was also, it was entertainment, but it was also part of the problem. So it was kind of really, um, it was hard to you know to do that, but also I want to be honest. I want to be honest. So I don't want to be a liar. I don't wanna, like, make up stuff. So I try to, like, when I say I really like a movie, um, and even though it seems like a lot, it seems like I like everything, but I actually don't like everything. I don't like everything. It's like it's the opposite. I most likely don't like as much things as I say and let you guys know what I do like. Um and boy, there's some good things that I'm finding. Uh, uh, I've been challenging myself lately to watch one movie a week, and actually, it's turned out to be like sometimes 4 or 5 movies. And wow, I'm discovering a lot of movies I really do like. And Unicorn Rampage says, yes, we sail over the highs and have trouble digging out from the depths. Yeah, yes, it's so easy to remember the bad stuff. And I get like that sometimes when I'm like, especially thinking about childhood and other things like, oh yeah, it was hard to do this, it was really hard, blah blah blah. And then I just remember, oh, remember the good times, like, and I have to say that this channel, doing these videos, making these videos. They've really allowed me to reconnect with my childhood so much because a lot of the movies that I talk about that I really, really love are the ones from my childhood, the ones I saw with my mom, the ones that we bonded over, the the ones that I bonded with my brother over. Like it's like there's just so many memories, and the movies are and help to bring that out again. And so that's why I appreciate this channel so much. So yes, yeah, it's very easy to for years, for I'm saying for like I would say even decades, I was angry at my childhood, and I wasn't realizing what the good was there. And because I was focused in what I didn't have and what I didn't ask for and what I didn't get instead of seeing what I had. And that's something I've learned, and it's really really wonderful. I couldn't. I'm very appreciative of uh, of the good things that I was given and taught and raised with as during my childhood. Keith E says, "Just don't get Lance wet or say Napoleon to him." Yeah. Yes, does not like that movie. Oh, well, thank you guys for listening to me go on and on. And yes, hopefully soon I'll get those extra numbers, but what matters is that I'm really happy that you guys are here and don't know how much your friendship and you just being here for me, it really means to me. And look who just walked in the door. It's William Blake Hall. Hey, we are wrapping things up and heading out. Keith is saying hi to Keith Unicorn. Hey, gang. I just experienced home health care. Huge relief. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. That's important. Yeah. That is important. Good to see you. And oh wow. Whew. The allergies are out of control today. So guys, I am going to get going here. So without further ado, I bid you adieu, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.